So in your experience, how long does it take from initial conversation or when founders start thinking about an exit through to actually signing, and then what happens until they can actually leave the company as well, because there's the golden handcuffs quite often and all that stuff as well. So can you kind of talk us through that timeline and what that looks like from the founder's perspective?
Yeah, quite interesting observation on this topic, because I recently analyzed how long it took SaaS Group portfolio companies from first contact to closing, and I did a post about it saying that I think the average was a bit over 600 days, so almost 2 years. And some people sent me DMs saying, but on your website it says 6 or 8 weeks from beginning to closing. But this is like the actual process when it becomes concrete. But there's a long period of relationship building, catching up, following a company's journey. And I keep repeating myself here, and I say it over and over again. If you want to increase your chances of finding the right exit partner and getting the deal you deserve, actually this relationship building starts today. So, I mean, of course, if you haven't found product market fit and you're still busy with product building, then maybe not that relevant for you and not a top priority. But if you're at a certain stage, let's say 1 million ARR or whatever, you should start figuring out like, what are potential exit partners? What is their rationale? Why are they buying companies? How do I get in contact with the right people there and just put myself on the radar? And this is especially relevant for strategic exits. So, I mean, taking the Microsoft example again, Microsoft doesn't care about your small independent SaaS businesses somewhere in Germany. And unless you do some efforts to put yourself on their radar, you will never get a chance to sell to them. And so, yeah, I would encourage every founder to work on those relationships early on. I also get angry messages to my outreach sometimes saying like, I'm never going to sell, please never contact me again, unsubscribe and whatnot. I mean, it's totally fine. Like every CEO gets bombarded with outreach and cold calls and all that stuff. But I would at least build an internal Rolodex of contacts. So if it becomes relevant, you can already like reach out to 20 relevant companies and see if they are still interested. And so, yeah, for us, it's a bit like enterprise sales. Sometimes it closes within a couple of months from first contact to closing, but very often it's 2-3 years. So as said, I joined 5 years ago. There are some opportunities that now slowly become relevant. So it took 4 or 5 years for them to actually think about an exit more concretely and approach me to discuss it. Yeah, and because you also asked about the process post-acquisition. So we at SaaS Group are quite flexible and we can offer whatever the founders prefer. And we had founders leaving after 6 months, 3 months. We also have founders that have been with us for over 2 years. So it really depends on what you want. We don't necessarily give you golden handcuffs unless you want them and you want that future upside. But it's recommended that I would say founders stay at least for 6 months, 12 months to ensure a proper handover, a smooth transition. Also in case we would need to hire a replacement, so that process kicks off and they would stay involved and also maybe give the approval for the successor. So yeah, ideally we have 6 to 12 months, rather 12 months. But again, we also had founders that stayed for over 2 years. And it depends a lot on the buyer type, what they could offer and how flexible they are. I mean, some might give you a super attractive offer, but give you golden handcuffs for 2-3 years. And if you leave, you won't get an earnout or anything and miss out on a lot of deal value. So another tip for founders is to really think about their preferences and bring it up in negotiations to really make sure it's reflected in the offer that a potential acquirer will give you.
Hey, it's Ryan here. If you liked that video, please click the like and subscribe button somewhere down there and check out the full interview right over here. Go on, click it. You know you want to.